All right, North Central West Virginia, we're taking a look outside of all those local weather cams, seeing those clear skies across the region, and we will continue to do so as we go throughout tonight and getting into tomorrow morning. As we progress throughout the day tomorrow, we do see another frontal system start to push into the region. This system at first won't really bring all too much for tomorrow. Mostly cloudy skies throughout the majority of the day and a few chances of some very inconsequential rain showers. But as we get into Wednesday, more and more rainfall and thunderstorm activity push into the area. Let's take a look at that here on our futurecast, where we don't really see much throughout tonight, but as we go throughout tomorrow morning, we will see increasing cloud coverage and those few chances of rainfall. Those rain showers, like I said, are going to remain light and isolated as we go throughout the day. Not really going to see them widespread across the region, but as we get into Wednesday, that's when we start to see this frontal system move in full force, bringing in rain showers across the entirety of the area for the majority of the day. By the time we get into those afternoon and evening hours, that's when we start to see those thunderstorms roll on in and stay here throughout Wednesday night and getting into Thursday morning. And then we do see some snowfall pushing into the region once again as our temperatures shoot downwards as we get into Thursday morning and throughout the day Thursday. Now, as we take a look at our rainfall forecast, this is through Thursday, where we do see upwards of around 1.5 inches rainfall in the region. That's in those lighter blue areas you can see in the eastern ridges of Mon County, a few areas in Lewis and Upshur County as well. But the majority of the areas seeing anywhere from 3/4 of an inch to 1.25 inches across the area. And then out there to the southeast, we are seeing a little bit less rainfall, upwards around a half inch to 1 inch of rainfall over there to the southeast. Now, for our severe weather threat, this is for tomorrow. Don't really have one here in North Central West Virginia. We see those regular thunderstorms, but even then, we don't really see that either. But as we get into Wednesday, we see that slight category across the entirety of the region. Now, likely the main threat is going to be those damaging winds, but we can't rule out hail or a tornadic event in the area. Now, for our current wind speeds, those are ranging anywhere from the single digits into the low double digits in a few areas like Elkins, Clarksburg, and Fairmont. But then for our wind gusts, those are getting into the teens and 20s across the region. Now, as we go through tonight, they will calm down, but then as we get into Tuesday night and into Wednesday, they do start to speed up once again. Teens and 20s for the first part of Wednesday. By the time we get into the afternoon hours, we see them in the 20s and 30s across the region, even reaching into the 40s in those non-severe storms. But as we take a look at our current temperatures, those are ranging anywhere from the lower 60s to the lower 70s across the area, with lows for tonight getting down into the low to mid 50s across the lowlands, then the mid 40s over there in Harmon at 44 degrees. 48 in Davis, but then for our highs, we do see our highs rise for tomorrow into the mid to high 70s across the lowlands, lower 70s over there in Davis, higher 60s in Harmon. But on Wednesday, our temperatures don't really change all too much, even rising a couple degrees in a few areas. Then on Thursday, we do see those temperatures drop and drop quickly into the mid 40s for our highs in the lowlands, and then the mid 30s over there in the mountains. Same thing for Clarksburg's 10-day forecast. As we get into Friday, we do warm up slightly, but for those early hours on Thursday, we see those rain/snow showers across the area. Going into next week, we do see our temperatures shoot up and down as we go throughout next week. You can see 71 on Sunday, before dropping back into the 30s for our highs towards midweek next week.